Hey everyone, and welcome to Day 8 of our 100-day computer science course. Today, we're diving into something fundamental to almost everything we do online: computer networks. Think about it: every time you send a text, stream a video, or browse a website, you're using a computer network. But what exactly is a computer network, and how does it all work? Imagine you're trying to share a physical book with a friend across town. You wouldn't just throw it in their general direction and hope for the best, right? You'd use a postal service, which has rules for addressing, packaging, and delivering. A computer network is very similar. At its core, a computer network is simply a collection of interconnected devices, like computers, phones, servers, and printers, that can communicate with each other and share resources. It allows these devices to exchange data, share hardware like printers, and even access the internet. So, how do all these devices actually talk to each other without chaos? They follow a set of rules, much like how we use a common language to communicate. These rules are called protocols. The most famous suite of protocols is TCP/IP, which stands for Transmission Control Protocol/Internet Protocol. Think of IP as the address for each device, like your home address, allowing data to find its way. TCP ensures that the data arrives reliably and in the correct order. When you send an email, it's broken down into small pieces called packets. Each packet contains destination information, like a mini letter. These packets then travel through the network, get reassembled at the destination, and voila, your friend receives the email. Networks come in different sizes and scopes. The two most common types you'll encounter are LANs and WANs. A LAN, or local area network, connects devices within a relatively small, confined area, like your home, a single office building, or a school campus. When your laptop, phone, and smart TV are all connected to your home Wi-Fi, that's a LAN. It's like a small community where everyone knows each other directly. On the other hand, a WAN, or wide area network, spans a much larger geographic area, connecting multiple LANs over cities, countries, or even continents. The most famous WAN? The Internet itself. It's a massive network of networks, allowing you to connect to servers and websites across the globe. Think of a LAN as local roads within a town, and a WAN as the vast highway system connecting all those towns. To make these networks function, we need some specialized hardware. Two crucial pieces are routers and switches. A switch is like a traffic controller within a single LAN. It connects multiple devices, say, all the computers in an office, and allows them to communicate with each other efficiently. It learns which device is connected to which port and directs data packets only to the intended recipient. A router, however, is far more powerful. It connects different networks together. For instance, your home router connects your personal LAN to the vast internet, which is a WAN. It's like a postal worker who knows the addresses of different cities and directs mail accordingly, ensuring your data packets travel from your local network to the correct destination on the internet, and vice versa. And of course, we can't forget the physical connections. Ethernet cables provide wired connections, offering speed and stability, while Wi-Fi provides wireless connectivity, offering convenience and mobility. Understanding these basics is critical because networks are the backbone of modern computing. They enable collaboration, global communication, cloud computing, and virtually every digital service we use daily. Without them, our individual computers would be isolated islands of information. So, the next time you browse online, you'll know a little more about the incredible infrastructure making it all possible. And that wraps up our quick dive into computer networks basics. You've learned about what networks are, how devices communicate using protocols, the difference between LANs and WANs, and the roles of routers and switches. For your next lesson, we'll shift gears slightly and explore the brain of your computer, operating systems basics. We'll talk about what an OS is, what it does, and why it's so important. See you there.